Welcome to Ancestral Wisdom, where the voices of the past guide our future. Today, I'd like to talk to you a bit about Valhalla and what Valhalla really is. So, Valhalla is often misunderstood as the heaven of the ancient Germanic peoples, in which all of the virtues that they believed to be highest are represented in the extremities. So, all right, if you are a valorous person and you die in battle and you are chosen by Odin because of that, and you go to this place where you get to eat and drink mead and party and then go out and fight and have another battle and then die again gloriously. And then, well, you wake up again and you do it all again the next day. Instead of a eternal bliss, as in some religions, it's considered to be eternal drinking and eating, which could be conflated with bliss, and then fighting and blood and gore and death, because that's what Vikings thought was cool, right? But the truth is that that's not what Valhalla really is. As with all of our mythology, there is a literal facade and a symbolic layers and levels of symbolic interpretation. And so, if you think about it in a different way, Valhalla is the Hall of the Slain. And it's the place where people come when they die. But since the ancients believed in reincarnation and not in a heaven, let's say, or a heavenly place that's outside of our realm, well, maybe this earth is Valhalla. Because if you believe in reincarnation, then this is where you go when you die. And so you live a good life. You live with valor. You live with strength. You live with kindness and all of the other virtues that are associated with our mythology. And when you die, you might be chosen by Odin. In order to get into Valhalla, you have to go through Valgrund, Death's Gate. So you go through Valgrund, Death's Gate, and if you're chosen by Odin, you come back to the earth. And you are fed on the mead of Hithrun, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, the goat which gives mead. But you're fed on that and on food and meat as you grow and as you become an adult again. And the mead, of course, as we mentioned in the video on the mead of poetry, is not representative of something which gets you drunk and allows you to party, but it's representative of the process of becoming wise and of gaining knowledge and of gaining wisdom. And so that happens, of course, in the womb as we accumulate the knowledge of our ancestors through the genetic roll of the dice, or maybe not so random as that might make it seem. And then we come into this earth and we again go through that process in our childhood of gaining wisdom. We're drinking the mead that Hithrun the goat is giving to us and becoming that actualized version of ourselves. And then what do once we become an adult? Once we come of age and the meat and the symbolic mead gave us the tools that we need to do something else, well, then we go out into the exterior world and we fight. We fight the battle of life. And that's those in Valhalla going out and fighting. So you fight the battle of life. And then guess what? At some point you're going to die in your fight. Now, in the myth of Valhalla, that this is one day. You wake up in the morning, you go out in the fight, you die, and well, the next day, you wake up again. But of course, in the interpretation of symbolism, the numbers correspond but are not exact. So one day is one lifetime. And you go out, you fight the good fight in life for your one lifetime. And then you die. And then you're born again. And you do it all again the next day. And Odin chooses you. He picks you up. He throws you out into the ether in which a soul can be reborn, and then you're reborn. So Valhalla is not an end. It's not a final place. It's not we struggle here so that we can be at peace there, or at least have fun there. It's we struggle here so that we can become a better version of ourselves in this life, and an even greater version of ourselves in the next life, and so that we can continue to struggle for eternity. Because, as we mentioned in the video on who Thor really is, part of the meaning of life is continued struggle. And if we were to just die and go to Valhalla, and okay, we struggle on the battlefield, but we know there's no real consequence of that, and we know that it's not really, there's no real meaning to it, just to have fun or whatever some people might interpret that to be, well then life loses the meaning, because life ceases to be that endless, everlasting struggle between order and chaos. So, should you strive all your life to go to Valhalla? Well, you are in Valhalla now. Make the most of it. And maybe the next time you're here, you'll be a little wiser for the wear. He whose there is us, hans whose ride okenas, Gebo wanjo hagalas, now dizisa yera, you as petro elgas, so ilo tiwas, berkano e womanas, Lagos em vaz degas,